Hi, my name is Cristianto, the representative of the Faculty of Law. Quite recently, we heard about the case of forest fire in Sumatra, which is one of the biggest environmental crime in Indonesia. This case is responsible for millions of people in the surrounding area being smoked. If you are thinking that the forest fire is the only predominant case, you might be wrong, because according to the study by Walhi, it explains that there are hundreds of cases of environmental crime in Indonesia. That's why CNN Indonesia explained that environmental crime is a super extraordinary crime. Because not only the state who are being suffered economically, the people around are actually suffered physically. And yet the government conventional response to this type of crime has proven to be not effective for decades, and we need something new. Now, as a law student, we see this phenomena as a place where we could profoundly applicate our expertise. That's why we come up with an idea on how to solve these particular problems on a more comprehensive and effective way. With that being said, we have a deep thinking ideas about reformulations of law enforcement on environmental crime through complementary cooperation concept with administrative primum remedium as principle. Now, you don't have to understand every profound term that we use in the title, you just have to know how it works and why we believe that this idea is really the one that government have been waiting for. On this research, we aim to answer two main basic questions. First, how is the existing law against environmental crime in Indonesia? And then the second, how our ideas about reformulations could profoundly change the status quo. All of the research is conducted here on the Library of the Faculty of Law by using the theoretical and normative methodology. So without further ado, let's go to the main point. Currently, the environmental disputes refers to the law number 32/2009 about environmental management, but it doesn't have a specific agencies that deal with it. So, for example, if there's a case about environmental crime, the government would simply refer to the criminal code. However, the existing environmental crime is very modern, very complex, and have a wide range of possibilities in its investigation. While as a natural rich country, we really need a special agencies that deal with it. That's why one of the law experts in Indonesia, Professor Cimlia Siddiqui, explained that the existence of a specific environmental court is very necessary. So our ideas is sort of like taking the ideas of Professor Cimlia Siddiqui to the next level. Rather than just having an environmental court, we propose to have a special environmental agency and special team that we will tell you in a minute. So this is our framework of thinking that I'll tell you in a minute. So we start from the very basic here that the Article 28 in our constitutions explains that everybody creating damage on the environment are liable for human rights violations. And then all you can see around here is the players in our concept. Of course, we start off with the environmental court here based on the principle explained by Professor Cimlia Siddiqui. And then, other than that, of course, based on our concept, we have also special environmental agency that works alongside this special team that works here. Then, of course, there's a corporations who are indeed creating those damages. So, in regards to these damages created by these corporations, the society can simply report to the special environmental agency. So, what they do here is just simply like Komisi Pemberantasan Korupsi, but it is on the environment. Then they will do investigations, and then if they say yes, then the process will go all the way to the Attorney of Environment, and then it goes all the way to the Environmental Court. Then finally, the Environmental Court will possess the verdict whether through Administrative Court or the Criminal Court. And here is where our administrative remedium plays its role. So let's say there is a corporation suspected doing environmental crime here. The environmental court, based on this scenario, will give a frequent administrative verdict according to the intensity of damages rather than directly possess them with the criminal code, which is hard for the burden of proof that the attorney have to provide. Then on the field level here, we will have a police, special police in the environment that will function as a supervisory functions. So there you have it, reformulations. But of course, it's not perfect. It's not easy. It's not a project of 1 year or two. It's more like a long-term project that the government have to start to think about. Of course, the ultimate goal is to tackle the most challenging issues in Indonesia today, which is to tackle the challenge of environmental crime in Indonesia. Thank you.